Okay, this is Mark Hutchinson. I'm interviewing Danette Peters. That is D-A-N, not Janette. Danette Peters. Danette, welcome. Welcome
Hi.
to the North Carolina Tech for Good Conference 2015.
Happy to be here.
So, you came in from Pofftown, North Carolina?
Yes.
Right outside of Winston-Salem, or
Yes.
a suburb of Winston-Salem.
Yes, correct.
So what prompted you to make that drive down to Chapel Hill?
Been in the nonprofit foundation world for about 18 years now, and I'm a big data technology geek. So this is a huge draw for me to come and be with fellow data geeks, to learn, to make connections, and build relationships.
What is the nonprofit that you are doing data for mostly right now?
I'm working with the Rensselaerville Institute is one of the organizations I work with on helping them, and they help other nonprofits with data and how to use that to tell a story to make a greater impact and to have a stronger organization.
Excellent. How big is the data? You said a big data user, and it wasn't clear whether you were a fan of using data, as in I'm big on data, or whether you're using big data.
A fan of using data. I believe in using data to make a greater impact, to tell the story, to get answers. I believe that if you go through the process of trying to figure out what data you need to collect, which a lot of organizations do, then you need to use it for something.
Right.
There's a lot of meaning we can learn from the things we collect if you slow down long enough to look at it.
So everything fits into memory.
Yes. It does.
Somebody clarified that for me one time recently, that the definition of big data is it doesn't fit into memory.
Correct. That is true.
What have you gotten from the conference so far, other than networking?
I've learned quite a few things, a lot of tips from even yesterday's session with Chris. It was great on data, just some different tips to things that I may do. The sessions today were really great and inspiring. Got a lot of resources and links to check out, new tools to check out. Some great thoughts on having chats on Twitter. I've learned a lot of neat tips and tricks that I want to go back and try with the nonprofits and some of the foundations I work with.
Excellent.
Can you come in?
Yes, I think we have some people arriving to do another interview. Which sessions have you been to today, and which ones did you get the most out of?
Let's see. I'm horrible with remembering name stuff, but I went to the session on Twitter chats this morning, which was really interesting, learning some information on keeping up with Twitter chats, just how to keep up with being in that space and not get lost and overwhelmed with how fast it moves sometime, and how to get your voice in there and be heard and
it's
not be overwhelmed. It's incredibly challenging. So that was a really good session. We had some good conversations in there about how people use the different tools, so that was nice. And then I just actually left Heather's session on data visualization, which was very good, on looking at ways to visualize the data, which for me is a really important tool because, again, if you collect the data, you need to use it for something. And the visualization tools help you share that in a way. People like pictures, they don't want to read. So if you can make it into a great, visual picture, I think it'll make a greater impact than somebody if you give them a 20-page white paper. They're not going to read that.
Does a word cloud count as a picture?
Yeah, I guess it could. If it's not too wordy.
It's not too wordy. For people who may be hearing this prior to next year's conference, what would you say to the people? Speak to the future. We're going to speak into the future. So what would you say to the people of the future?
I would say definitely plan to attend this event next year. It's just a great resource for technology and data and the nonprofit world in North Carolina, and it's just a great networking opportunity. So I would highly recommend anyone coming to it next year that works in nonprofits in North Carolina or is interested in data or storytelling or even just the overall community impact in our state and how these organizations can make a better difference in our world. Make it a better state.
Danette, thank you.
Thank you.